Hello, guys. Welcome back. Cue the intro. Hey, guys. I've been away for like a month. I know. But we're going to just continue from where we stopped. I apologize for my absence, and I hope to be consistent in the coming weeks. So before we begin, I think where we stopped was stand in line. So the next one is understanding Boolean values. Before we begin this, I just want to give a quick shout out to someone who sent me a message. It was quite encouraging, telling me that he's loving the series. Shout out to Godwin, the newbie learner. Thank you so much for your comment, and hopefully I'll do more. Yeah, I guess he's asking for more content, so I will not disappoint. So jumping right into understanding Boolean values. Okay, so understanding Boolean values. Another data type is the Boolean. So the Boolean basically consists of two types. True or false is either one of them. All right, now note these are not strings, they are just values. True and false, this is that it's true or it's false. All right, so here let's look at the question. Modify the welcome to Booleans function so that it returns true instead of false when the run button is clicked. Okay, so it's simple. You see, like I said, it's not a string, it's just an actual keyword that is recognized in JavaScript. So instead of false, we type true. So the welcome to Booleans, which is this, should return true. And it is returning true. Right. Yeah, so using conditional logic with if statements. If statements, very sweet and interesting key feature of any programming language, anyone at all. I don't think there's any programming language on the face of the earth, any modern programming language that doesn't make use of if statements. Okay, so if statements are used to make decisions in code. The keyword if tells JavaScript to execute the code in the curly braces under certain conditions defined in the parentheses. So it's just very simple to understand. So it's like, if this condition is met, perform this function or this particular functionality. And if it doesn't satisfy this condition, it should perform whatever, function is after that. So if you notice, there's a curly brace here, which marks the response to this, and then what follows after is the alternative. If you guys can understand what I just said. But okay, let me explain it this way. So if statement, this first one, let's use an example. Let's say if I am a boy, which I am, this function or this statement should return, yes, it's true, I am a boy. And if I'm not a boy, let's say I am a girl, it should return, no, it is false, I am not a boy. Okay, do you understand? Good. All right, so what is the question here? Create an if statement inside the function to return yes, that was true, if the parameter was that true is true, and return no, that was false otherwise. Okay, so let's change this. All right, so we say create an if statement inside the function to return yes, that was true, if the parameter, okay, so the parameter was that true is what we are working with here. So was that true? So remember your open and close curly brackets. That's what you use immediately after you have the question you're asking. Basically say it that way. The question you're asking is inside the normal brackets, and then what follows after is your curly brackets. So was that true? So our reply here is yes, that was true. So we are going to return yes, that was true. All right, and since if the parameter was that true is true, and then no if it was false. So just the way they did it here, return no, it's false basically. So it's just satisfying this condition. If it is not true, if this statement is not true, it will not return this. That means it will skip this entire block of code and then run and perform the function that is just directly below this one. I call it function, no, statement. So if was that true? Yes, that was true. Or return no, comma, it's false. All right. Don't forget your semicolons. Oh, no, that was false. Sorry. Shortening it was false. Okay. Going to the next challenge. Comparison with the equality operator. Now we are approaching comparison. Comparison, most of us who went to school, like primary school and secondary school, you might be familiar with this, but if you're not familiar with it, just read a little bit about it on Google. Yeah, just type equality operators. So it's basically, it's very, very simple. You know, we have your less than sign, your greater than sign, your greater than or equals, and less than or equals, and then you have your equal. Here, let's just read a little bit about it. There are many comparison operators in JavaScript. All of these operations return a pooling true or false value. The most basic operator is the equality operator. Equals, equals. The equality operator compares two values and returns true if they are equivalent or false if they are not. Saying basically, if we have two values, say 10 and then we have 20. Okay, of course we know 10 is lesser than 20, but then we can use a comparison. We know this, like we ourselves, we know this, of course. However, the computer doesn't know this yet, and the code you're running doesn't know it. So for you to enable your code to know it, you then use any of the symbols, like 10 less than 20. So it's usually the left being compared with the right. So is 10 less than 20? Is that true? Yes, it will return a true value. However, if it is, if you write greater, 10 is greater than 20, of course this is a lie. It won't return lie, but it will return false. That is, the statement is false. And same goes with your greater than equals and what have you. So let's just jump right into the statement. So add the equality operator to the indicated line so that the function will return equal when val is equivalent to 12. So if val is equivalent to 12, so if the value of val is 10, which it is here, because if you remember your functions correctly, it's passing in 10 into this function, and then it will run through this. So 10. So if we say val, which we know is 10, is equal. Now you don't use one equal to sign, you use two equal. So if val is equal to 10, then return equal. And if it's not equal, return not equal. So it should be perfect. Nope, it's not perfect. Let me reread this. Add the equality operator to the indicated lines of the function. Its value is equals to 12. Oh, equals to 12. I wrote 10. Sorry about that. Comparing with the strict equality operator. So we dealt with this one in the last one. That's the equality operator, equals to equals, so comparing the left hand side with that of the right hand side, blah blah blah. And all this English they're speaking here simply means is that this sign performs almost the exact same function that this sign performs. However, the major difference is this. Okay, so if we use just the double, that's the one we used in the last exercise, and we equate the left hand side to the right hand side, okay, something like this. Let's just say it was 2, right? You will get the true value. However, since it's 3, it's comparing a number with a string. Although the number and the string, the value of the string is the same, exact same with that of the number, this sign, triple equal to sign, what it does is compares not only the value, which is 3 in this case, but also the data type. Here we have a number and here is a string. So if this is a string and this is not a string, it will return false, even though this has the exact same value with this. However, if we have the same data type, 3 and then 3, this is not a string, this is not a string, they are both numbers, it will return the true value. Do you understand? I guess you do. So use the strict equality operator in the if statement so that the function will return equal when val is strictly equal to 7. Strictly equal to 7. All right. Okay, practice comparing different values. Okay, so what exactly do they want us to do here? Okay, the compare equality function in the editor compares two values using the equality operator. Yes, we know. Modify the function so that it returns equal only when the values are strictly equal. It's basically the same thing we did in the last one. The comparison with the inequality operator. All right, so we've looked at the equality operator. Now we are looking at the inequality operator. The inequality operator is just a bit different. How we know we are dealing with the inequality operator when we have I call it a shebang sign here, or it's your exclamation mark. Well, I call it bang sign, whatever. The inequality operator, then exclamation is just too long. I call it bang too. I'll be calling it bang. Anyway, the bang equal to sign is the opposite of the equality operator. It's not called bang, by the way. It's called the exclamation mark, but I like to call it bang. Don't misquote me anywhere, right? Okay. It's the opposite of the equality operator. It means not equal and returns false, where equality would return true, and vice versa. Okay, so looking at the examples here, you can tell what it means. So it's just the exact opposite of equals. All right, so if you say equal to is 1 on the left hand side, equal to 2. No, it's not. However, if you ask the question, the reverse of the question is 1 not equal to 2? Yes, it is not equal to 2. Same here. Is 1 not equal to this one? No, that's not true. 1 is equal to this. Alright? Mind you, we are not using any strict operator like the last one we use. I think the strict operator for not equal to will involve you using the bang sign and 2 equals to sign. You understand? Understood. So let's move over to the exercise. Add the inequality operator. Whoops. Add the inequality operator shebang equals in the if statement so that the function will return not equal when val is not equivalent to 99. So if val is not equivalent to 99, then we will have our answer. Yep. Comparison with the strict inequality operator. This is what I mentioned in the last one. So this is basically the same as the triple equal to, just that is the reverse. This triple in not equal to, basically. So it's just that we are replacing this first item here with, we're replacing the triple equals, the first equal to sign in triple equals to a bang sign. Okay. Is it a logical opposite of the strict equality operator? It means strictly not equal. So add the strict inequality operator to the if statement so that the function will return not equal when val is not strictly equal to 17. Okay. Comparison with the greater than operator. The greater than operator. Like I said, we should all be familiar with this one. The greater than operator compares the values of two numbers. If the number to the left is greater than the number to the right, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Like we said, let's take a look at the examples. 5, is it 5 greater than 3? True. Is 7 greater than this one? Yes. Is 2 greater than 3? False. And so what have you. Add the greater than sign to the indicated lines so that the return statement makes sense. That makes sense. Return 20 or over. So we say if val is greater than or equal to 20, and then if val is greater than or equal to 10, be good. Then the next one will be less than. Am I right? Yes, I am right. The less than operator, blah blah blah, with two numbers, blah blah blah, basically the exact same thing. So we are going to make it make sense. Return under 25. So this one is below 25. So less than sign is your left elbow. Less than 25. Okay, so whenever you hear greater than something or less than something, it basically means not that number, excluding that number. So like less than 25, we're talking about anything under 25, which includes like 24.9. all right, maybe 24.99 or 0.95, 24, 23, but not 25. The case where it's going to be 25 is if you say a val less than or equal to 25. Okay, and that's not what we are saying here. So if value is less than 55, right, we good. Okay, comparison with the less than or equal to operator. exact same thing. Smaller than or equal to 12. Smaller than or equal to 12. Smaller than or equal to 24. Smaller than or equal to 24. Good. All right, so now we are going into the logical and operator. Sometimes you will need to test more than one thing at a time. The logical and the operator. And so this is the sign for the and operator, and only if the operands to the left and the right of it are true. The same effect could be achieved by nesting an if statement inside another if statement. Okay, so it's basically the exact same thing. So and so it simply means you are like combining two comparisons. So we are comparing that of the left and that of the right. So this is going to be the last should I be calling them episode, or sorry, the last chapter of this episode. I think that has a nice ring to it. Okay, so what they are saying is that this is basically almost the exact same thing as this. Here we are nesting if statement. So if num greater than 5, and then if num less than 10, return yes, otherwise return no. So for this statement to be successful, or to be successfully stated as yes, it has to satisfy these two conditions, right? If it satisfies only this condition and doesn't satisfy this one, it cannot execute this statement. Rather, it will execute this. Same goes vice versa. If it doesn't satisfy this one, it won't even be able to get here. If it satisfies, yeah, you get the picture here. Then this is a simpler way of writing it. If num greater than 5 and num less than 10, return yes. So basically saying it has to satisfy these two conditions which we nested over here. You dig? Combine the two if statements into one statement which will return yes if val is less than or equal to 50 and greater than or equal to 25. Okay, so we're going to eliminate this one, and then this curly brace. So we'll say if val what do you say, less than or equal to 50, and don't forget greater than, and val, remember you have to write val again, greater than or equal to 25. So that's where we stop for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video, write a comment. Like I said, the comment I received recently really encouraged me to do more. Would really love to hear from you guys, what you guys think of the series. I'm really open to advices, how I should go about the series. So feedback is really nice and important. I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching the video. If it helped you, please don't forget to subscribe so that you will continue seeing my wonderful face and my beautiful voice, and of course, code, and so thank you so much. See you again next time. Bye bye.